Christmas for, and we're coming to you very, very early. So there is no natural lighting, there is only unnatural lighting. We're gonna do this get ready with me. I've been up for quite some time. I was having some sinus pressure this morning quite early, and then I was like, okay, I need to go take a hot shower to get it to unstuff. And once I'd had a hot shower, I was completely awake and wanted coffee. So here we are, coming to you with wet hair straight out of the shower. My skincare is done, but we're gonna go ahead and get ready with me. I have some makeup products that I've been needing to test and or use to make decisions whether they were going out of my collection or not. So we're just gonna chat and get ready and have some coffee. Oh, thank God. Just because I'm awake doesn't mean I'm awake. All right, so I'm gonna put on some powder. This is my KVD. I'm going to be panning this. So, well, I've panned it, but I'm going to be using it up soon. I have not seen whether or not they're going to reformulate or if they're going to just let it go by the wayside. But I'm hopeful. I like the fact that it's recyclable, and this is just easy peasy lemon squeezy for me if I'm getting ready for my day. What I'm really wanting today is to use my Colourpop Hocus Pocus 2 palette. I picked it up. Oddly enough, there were some, I knew I was going to like some shades, but oddly enough, some of the more pedestrian basic B shades I'm actually really enjoying. So I just wanted to do a more festive look for the season. I saw Angela Bright doing a short using a couple of the colors in here that I'd like to try out. So that's what we're doing today. I also have a couple of different products from that collection that I'm wanting to take a look at. Okay, so going next, we're not using a bronzer from the Colourpop. We're just going to use one of the KVD just to give us a little color. Again, this is my refillable of the KVD and then the 1 Ofra highlighter. So we're just going to come in for a wee bit of the bronzing shade just to give us some color. And because I'm just doing a bronzing and not necessarily specific contouring, I'm just using my fluffy brush, the same as my powder. Just a wee bit. Okay. So next, the cheek color that I'm doing is a Super Shock. Again, I can't really talk, it's way too early. This is one of the blushes that I'm trying to see if it's going to stay in my collection or not. It's my latest declutter was I needed to re-declutter, as that is a continual process. My partner gently noticed that my creams and liquids were spilling out of their section. You know, not just noticing, just like, hey babe, just in case you hadn't, you know. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I gotta make some decisions. This is Sounds Grape, and we're gonna be doing a purple look today. So this is Sounds Grape. And the Super Shock formula is always really smooth. This is a very glowy sort of a blush. The ones that are matte feel more putty-like, and then these ones that are more shimmery feel more smooth, more like the highlighter. Okay, so I'm going to use my Yenza cream bronzer brush. I'm gonna try and not go crazy with this. The antithetical statement to the Prince, let's go crazy. I'm trying to see if I can get just a gentle, pretty look out of this, where it's not cost to me, but something that I would reach for every day. Because our highlighter is going to be wild. So we're just going to try and keep the blush pretty mellow. And going to the other side. You can apply this with your fingers. You can apply it with a stippling brush. You can apply it with a more dense brush. However, you know, it works best for your skin. Okay. So we'll look at this later. What I'll probably do is look at the footage later to decide. It's much too early in the morning for me to be decisive about much of anything. So we'll wait to see if that survives the declutter process or not when we look at the footage. Okay, so next, highlighter. So we're going to be grabbing a highlighter brush. Now the highlighter that comes with the collection, the Hocus Pocus collection, it's got binks. It's cute that way. It's green, which I like, but it's in this awful packaging that I can't open. I break nails. I just can't get it open and end up throwing it across the room. So I've started having a dedicated tweezer for opening these sorts of packaging. I haven't used the Colourpop bronzers in this type of packaging, or the face powder, which I might have actually tried, but I can't deal with something I have to open daily and use my tweezers. So anyway, this is my dedicated tweezers, if that tells you anything. So Bic. Okay, and what is this actually called? Find the Book Shimmering Body Powder. But we're gonna put on our face because that's what we do. With the Hocus Pocus, I probably am getting all of the details wrong. I haven't watched the new Hocus Pocus 2 yet. I watched the first Hocus Pocus as an adult, and it was alright, but it's not my favorite Halloween film. The one thing that it did spur up was a question that I posted on my Facebook, was that whole idea of being a virgin, you know, that you had to have a virgin to do this spell. And, you know, Hocus Pocus is on Disney, and so I like posted to my friends who have kids, I'm like, is this worrisome? Do you have to have the talk, you know, with your kids if they're younger and they're watching this, you know, and they don't know what a virgin is? And the answer was really like, the kids really didn't notice. Like if they did, they could talk about it, but the kids just kind of glazed over it, like, you know, it wasn't really a thing. So I'm like, all right. So this is got some of the green going on. I don't know that you can get more blingy with this, absolutely. Or you could put down some type of more emollient base. You could use a thicker brush, but anyway, I just thought the packaging was super cute. And I was trying to find a green highlighter that I could enjoy. So it was like, okay, we're gonna take a chance. That highlighter does have, because it's from the Soul body line, SOL, it does have that scent, the semi-coconutty scent. Okay, so now, the palette. Sorry for the weird reflection again. It's unnatural lighting. So we're gonna take a look first at the palette. Colourpop. No mirror, but great artwork. And here is your palette. So blingy. What I'm really enjoying in some ways is this kind of basic B line down here. And it started me thinking about, like, I could make a totally boring video going through all my colorful palettes and just using the basic colors to make like a neutral eye look out of all my colorful palettes. I don't think anybody would watch that, pretty sure. So we're gonna be going into the purples today. We've got Wicked Ways, which is more of a in those sort of duochrome but a toppery sort of more of a shade, where it doesn't have a lot of color read on its own, but it does get a little changey. And then this is Observe, which whoop chow, that's some color. More eggplant. And then we've got Havoc, which is more in that taupey sort of a shade. And then we're probably going to bring in some other either Witch Hunters or Spellbook possibly. And then there's the 29 Years. I'm going to show you this one. I'm going to run out of places to swatch on my hand. Okay. If you want really good swatches for Colourpop, you always should visit Amanda over at Makeup Just for Fun. She's got the best swatches and the ones that read closest to the color that they are in real life. If I want to know what a swatch, what's gonna really look like, I go see Amanda. So anyway, like I'm going to see her, like I'm just traveling over to her house. I'm like, hey, I'm having some swatches. But no, I always go to her channel. Okay, so we're gonna go to Havoc first and use Havoc as our crease shade. I'm feeling all the fall going on. It's slightly less warm here. And then all of the pumpkin spice, everything has come out. I started years ago putting hashtags for #pumpkin wars for all the actual things that people make that are pumpkin spice. The pumpkin spice Oreo just came back out. And I have a friend that's very sad who needs gluten-free and who's really mad that they don't make a pumpkin spice Oreo that's gluten-free. Okay, so there's Havoc. And then right side of the brush is always good. Going into Observe. Love this color, so pretty. And I'm actually gonna leave I'm gonna show you the eyeliner that I'm using is actually from KVD. I just got it in my Ipsy bag. And it's Verdetta Green, which is, it's a black green. In certain lights, it'll show up as a little teal, but for the most part, it's just a deep green or a black. But anyway, I want to use that on as my liner today. And you should definitely check out Angela Bright's channel and her shorts if you haven't. She does some fantastic eye looks. And she's probably awake when she does them. Just saying. Okay. You can see this is a just fantastic color. And they have some beautiful, the greens with the green shimmers. I've been playing a lot out of that. And then your oranges and more your taupeys. Okay, so I'm gonna go in 29 years, just with a finger. I'm gonna put down my brush so I don't poke myself in the eye. It's early again and I'm only slightly caffeinated here. So I'm doing 29 years on the lid. In my old age, I've gotten different in my Halloween type movie takes. What I find is truly frightening. Sometimes it's very pedestrian. But the fun, I understand how much Hocus Pocus means to a lot of people, how seminal it is for the holiday season. We could talk horror movies probably quite a bit, but anyway, anymore, I don't watch as many of them. My nervous system doesn't love getting scared as much as it used to. It's like we have enough slings and arrows of outrageous fortune that we really don't need movies dealing with it, but sometimes I do like to partake. So anyway, we're gonna go in without Wicked Ways more into towards the corner and then out onto the lid again. And I am bringing it up some more into my crease area. Get that more purpley read, the lighter purple, like fuchsia purple. Okay, and then clean my brush really quick. And we're gonna go into, this is the 17th century for the inner corner. Oddly enough, 17th century reminds me of 18th century, which reminds me of the Adamant song that there's always room at the top. 18th century brain in a 21st century head. This is how the segues of my mind work early in the morning. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to go in the KVD, it's the liner packaging, and they're working on all of the pretty rebranding with the scroll letters, the new KVD logo, and again, this is Verdetta Green. I'll do a swatch for you, and probably in this unnatural lighting it'll just read black. So anyway, this is one that rolls up and down, so you don't have to sharpen it. And you may be able to see the green shift to it there. Okay, so we're gonna do the lower lash line and then just the outer corners. Sorry, there's black in your view. Now I want to give myself just a little baby wing. So I'll have to report back to you on this later about how this wears and how it works. but I at least needed to get it out and give it some love and figure out if I'm keeping it. The baby wing. Okay, so I'm going to apply some mascara, which is always the most exciting part of any video. Most people go off camera to do this. I'm not usually there yet. I probably should, because I could probably touch up things while I was off camera, but just trying to be honest about how things really look, and the fact that, you know, if I had just decided to walk out the door without doing that, I'd pretty much look like a hot mess. But I'm not afraid of looking like a hot mess on camera. I think I'm old, that's why. Okay, so we're just doing mascara. I'm not really old, but some days you just feel like it. And I don't really know what old is. I feel like that meme about the hobbits, that you weren't an adult until you were 50, you know. Yeah, may have something there. Okay, one thing I will do though, I will take my fluffy brush and go up across the top, since I don't have a color up that way, just to make sure I'm a little more blended. Okay, so there we go. So for lips, one of the things that are on my potential chopping block, the Kosas, this is in Darkroom. What I want to do today is see how light I can get it, if I can just do a tapping finger application, because I can definitely get a very dark read, and this has quite a bit of sheen to it. And this is in that sort of deep berry color. Sorry, I keep blinding you. Okay, so it's that sheeny kind of berry. So today I'm gonna try the different application technique. I'm just gonna take my ring finger and tap and see what it looks like. Again, we're just seeing, we're just experimenting. Okay. You could also use a brush if you wanted to use a brush. But then you'd have to clean your brush. Okay. Again, I'm probably not going to make any decisions about this until I can look at footage and see how it looks after I've had lots more coffee. A friend of mine said about photographs, you should never edit in the field. This is kind of how I feel about this. You should never make those big decisions when you're the hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, the HALT principle. Just HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. And I'm definitely in that T category, the tired category. So, all right, let's put on some spectacles and take a look. Aha, there you are. Well, now all we need to do is caffeinate more, wait for my hair to dry, and then take a look at this with a more awake mind. Let me get a little closer so you can see what's going on. You probably already do. I just, you know, I like you. I like to get close. Don't panic. Here we go. So just a little fast, light, semi-festive look. Again, this is the Colourpop Hocus Pocus palette. Super cute. Even if you're not a fan of the show, which, like I said, I have less feelings about than some. This is really fun colors to play with, and really cute artwork and packaging. And the little pinks. I think I called him the wrong name. I apologize for all those Hocus Pocus fans out there. I apologize for my cavalier treatment of the IP, but isn't that cute? And then it's more of a light green, goldy sort of shade. And then we'll report back about the KVD liner in Verdetta Green. And we will be making decisions about the Kosas Darkroom lip and the Sounds Grape blush, the Super Shock blush from Colourpop. All right, there you go. This is MS4. This is your very early morning edition. Please hydrate, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.